So it appears that the WBA is giving Anthony Joshua they're giving him pressure to, I guess, either make the fight with Alexander Povetkin, um, or this unification bout with Deontay Wilder, which um, I guess the rule applies for the WBA as well, trumps a mandatory defense. And since Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua sent a contract over to Wilder, and apparently he hasn't signed anything, at least that I'm aware of when I'm making this video. I haven't heard whether or not he signed anything. He signed the contract or not, so I could be wrong as this video is getting uploaded. It seems that the WBA is going to enforce that he takes his mandatory and work out a deal as soon as possible, or else risk the chance of getting stripped. That's according to the president of the WBA, Gilberto Mendoza. There's an article from the BBC. I'll leave the link in the description box if you guys haven't seen it already. By the time I upload this video, like I said, something could have changed that I'm just not aware of as I'm making this video now. This is my feeling about the whole Wilder fight being made next versus, the possibility of Alexander Povetkin. I believe that when it comes to Anthony Joshua, he'd much rather fight Deontay Wilder. Obviously, one of the biggest factor there has to do with money. The money would be, from all the reports I'm hearing, would be huge. The money would be big. Not saying that the Povetkin fight is not a big money fight as well. I think that fight, if it happens next or in the future, it has the potential of being a big money fight, but maybe not compared to the Wilder fight because of the push from their fans and especially mainstream media, mainstream boxing media to make this a big fight. And it is a big fight, but I just get the feeling that Povetkin is not a guy that neither Wilder, we saw what happened in the past, or Anthony Joshua are really too interested in having. And again, I don't sit there and saying they don't think they can win the fight. I just see Povetkin as, or rather, they see Povetkin as a risk, too much of a risk, and not the financial money that they're looking for, right? While they're fighting each other, the money seems like it's not as big as Joshua versus Deontay Wilder, and so therefore they're not willing to take that risk against Alexander Povetkin, who they more likely view as a bigger threat. And I think boxing-wise, he's a threat to either guy, more to the effect of them being a threat to each other, an immediate threat to each other. I'm not saying that they can't win, because I think that if they fought now, I would more likely take Wilder or Joshua, whoever was fighting Povetkin, I would give them the favorite at this moment if they were to fight Alexander Povetkin. But I still see it as he's a huge threat for them, and again, I can see him beating both of them, because they're not that. My opinion is that they're not that great. They both fighters. Anthony Joshua has flaws in his game, and I think definitely Deontay Wilder, stylistic or fundamentally as a fighter, has a lot of flaws in his game. So fighting a polished fighter like Povetkin, who's undersized, because of the great fundamental boxing background that he has, and despite his height, poses a huge threat to them, and I think they both see it as. I think they both see Povetkin as a bigger threat because of number one, what he can do in the ring, and two, um, the financial gain or what they're looking for may not be worth it to them, right? As it compared to them fighting each other. So, let's see how this whole thing plays out. Like I said, by the time I upload this video, there's a good chance that maybe something changed between Joshua and Wilder, or Joshua's gonna have to make a decision to either fight Povetkin for the WBA belt or vacate. I don't know. I'm starting to get the feeling that Anthony Joshua might vacate the belt instead of fighting Alexander Povetkin, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, that is my video. Peace.